Peace and blessings and keep up the lessons. This is your brother, you know who, from the Brother Taalib show. Yes, I'm here tonight. Just pulled up at my job. Before I go in, I wanted to give a good word. In a sense, it's unfortunate situations with these young brothers of our community, African American community, whatever, mixed community of African black people, because you got people calling themselves Hebrew Israelites and all these different things, Native Americans and so forth. So I can't leave out the other, and even myself included. I did my DNA, I know who I am, you know what I mean, as far as it's concerned. But that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is what you have as freedom in this country, and you should have freedom, and freedom of speech and freedom of democracy, as they claim, and all this stuff that seems to be with going along as a facade over hypocrisy, and only a certain people or chosen few of people are untouchable. And, I'm going to use that term, the untouchables, instead of using the people I'm talking about. But who are we dealing with? We're dealing with Brother Kyrie, Irving, who happens to be a Muslim brother as well. So, may Allah help him, set his affairs straight, guide him continuously on the path of Islam. Allahumma ameen. And for brother of the, as an African American brother, Kanye West, may Allah guide him to Islam, Allahumma ameen, and guide him to really get out of the matrix even more. He's attempted to do so, but he hasn't gotten to become that Neo fully, because there's different things that are going on that he has to realize, and he has to get a hold of his mental understanding and not mix so much things in his mental, dome of understanding in this life. You know what I'm saying? And thinking that, he can be on all tables, on all plates, on all levels with the people because he's human, because that's not the reality. Everybody's not going to accept you, and that's who it is. That's what it is. Everyone is not going to accept you, and it's been proven. So, I've heard a lot of talks, different people, and, Brother Taalib comes with his point of view, but he also takes, and I also take from other people, and they take from each other. We all take from each other to know that we have different ways and angles of how we approach this issue, but to know that we are in a position of being suppressed every time, and we cannot take ourselves out of that and go and think like even Kanye made a mistake and spoke about that there's a place on this earth to have a utopia, or mankind can have a utopia. No, there's none of that. And it won't be here. It'll be the hereafter. You understand? That's been proven. Some people can say, well, I'm not religious and I'm not going to go with that stuff with the heaven and paradise, Jannah. But that's on you. That's what you choose. That's what you believe in. What you have to back up what you believe in with proof. You have to back up with evidence. You have to back up with textual evidence. You have to back up with life. It's actually examples of life, how things are going, how things have gone, and what has been proven after what it was said from a prophet's mouth. Like we know in Islam, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, these things have been revealed, the things that people going through. And the Muslims are one that have been given the guidance and the blessings of being able to see, to have insight and knowledge that Allah gave us from the Quran and His Prophet, His Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that we have knowledge of the God. We have knowledge of our unseen great enemy that pits us against each other as humans. But because we have been pitted against each other from ancient times till now, it's not going to stop until the day that Allah takes us out of this life. So the hereafter is what is going to be the utopia, not here, as you want to say utopia. Not we as Muslims, we don't use that word. We say Jannah. Jannah has several levels and several areas of things that we can't even fathom. Okay, that goes with it and factors. It's a whole lot more. So Islam has so much for you, Kanye West, and I invite you to Islam, Allahumma ameen. But as for Kyrie Irving, may Allah continue to guide you, and I got your back as a brother, and we're gonna support you, bro, and stand firm, and do what you got to do. You got to make money, so we understand. You might have to say, okay, well, I'm gonna have to take a a L on this one and say, listen, because I don't have enough people supporting me. The whole NBA majority of the African American so-called brothers weren't there for me. And I understand how you feel. Sometimes you feel alone in the world, but you got your Muslim brothers and your Muslim sisters and everybody who's they understand, and we are there for you. And if you're good, and we're gonna enjoin the good and forbid the evil from each other. So if you're good, you're gonna be good, and we're gonna give you, we're gonna be there for you and be and happy for you and so forth. But if you're doing bad, then we're gonna enjoin the good, and we're gonna forbid that evil, that which any of us be doing. You know what I'm saying? So may Allah guide him continuously. Ameen. And again, these are the things that are happening, and suppression and oppression, dhulm, is a way of mankind, has been a way of mankind, and we know some of the greatest of them all, like Fir'aun has done to the Bani Israel, who we actually seem to be talking about in a sense, but they're